Alright guys, so today I watched the South Park Post-COVID, which is the newest South Park special on Paramount Plus. And if you haven't been kept up with South Park, which I have, I love South Park. I think it's one of my favorite shows ever. It might be my favorite show ever. I truly love South Park. I've seen it so many times. I've got all of them, all the physical releases of them as well on the video games. So South Park I really love. And these past couple of years we had, after the 25th season, I think it was 20 or no, the 23rd season. After the 23rd season um we had two specials before this. We had the um vaccination special and we had the pandemic special. And the pandemic special was first and the vaccination special was second, and it was all about what's going on in the real world right now, or what was going on in the real world right now about this pandemic that has um, messed up the earth in a lot of ways. Um, and we'll get to that. And I hate, the thing I hate about this is I do love South Park, but I hate whenever it's a real life topic that whenever I explain it, it's not going to be something that a lot of people are going to agree with me about. But I don't know. But anyways, I want to talk about first about the episode. So the episode is very interesting because it has all of them as adults, because they have the joke that the pandemic has lasted for 40 years. And now Stan and Kyle are adults, as well as Cartman. And Kenny has died again. And they're trying to figure out the reason why Kenny died. But you see literally everybody as adults, and it's really funny. I like the fact that Cartman is now a Jewish pastor, and the joke is that he's made fun of Jews, has hated Jews forever, and then in this he is now a Jewish pastor and loves Jews and has a Jewish wife named Yentl, which was really hilarious. And it's pissing off Kyle because Kyle, who is Jewish and has been made fun of by Kyle forever and ever, is now not being made fun of Kyle and thinks that Cartman's messing with Kyle. So I think that's a really funny joke. I like that. I like that the future has a lot of Max things, like Max restaurants. There's a Denny's, Applebee's Max. There's a TJ Maxx. Um, I thought that was pretty funny with that with those little sight gags. I liked the Bitcoin joke where Stan's trying to get into a hotel and the guy says, "We only accept Bitcoin. We don't trust banks anymore. We instead put all our money into Ponzi games." And I thought that was a great joke because it's the idea of, yeah, you think that the bank's not very secure, but you're going to be on Bitcoin where you can lose all your money in something that hasn't been here for a long, long time. And it's a good joke. I like that as well. I like that Stan has a girl named Alexa, who is the literal Alexa, like the thing we have now, but it's a real life woman that will be sentient and move and it's a woman, but she just gets mad and complains to him. I thought that was a good joke that really made me laugh. I liked how they explained that Kenny died, but it was from the COVID Delta Plus membership variant, which I thought was a great name because it does kind of feel like a membership now if you're vaccinated. And then, of course, they have one person not vaccinated. So then they shut the whole place down. South Park is quarantined again. And everybody buys the toilet paper and chin diapers they can. So everyone is quarantined because of that. And it ended very incomplete. It was weird because the ending of the episode, I thought as it went along it was fine, but the ending I was kind of annoyed because I was I thought this was gonna be one off, because with the pandemic special and the vaccination special, those both felt pretty more complete than this one. This one didn't feel complete. There wasn't really anything answered or resolved by the end of it, and it kind of just annoyed me. I was like, really? I know that it's gonna be resolved in the next thing, but I'm like, really? I gotta wait. I thought it was just a one-off thing. Now let's talk about the thing that I am dreading to talk about. I try to keep real life stuff out of these videos because it's it's always going to be something that's gonna, no matter who you are, no matter what you say, there's always going to be somebody who hates you for it. And thank God YouTube has got rid of the dislike button, in which you don't see how many dislikes you get on a video, which I think is great. I love that. I think that's awesome, because there's so many trolls that just automatically dislike videos because they're just little kids, or they're just losers, who just like to dislike stuff because they're idiots. So I like that. I'd rather see positivity more warranted than negativity, because negativity does run the world. But the thing I want to mention here that I was dreading talking about is this this episode, like, or movie or whatever you call it, it's an hour long. It annoyed me in the fact that they've got the joke that one person isn't vaccinated and they got to get vaccinated or nobody can live normally. And I think in real life, no matter where we go with this vaccination, not everybody's going to be vaccinated no matter what. And I'll tell you this, I am vaccinated. I know people who are not, who will never be vaccinated. I know people who are going to die willingly not being vaccinated. And am I going to judge them? No. But so I hate whenever they do this kind of thing where you've got you've got uh you've got something like South Park, which for the most part they lean like Matt and Trey both do a good job of usually leaning towards not either side. But I feel like in the most recent couple of years, it feels like it's been more on the, like, on one side of like the spectrum. Um, I think, and I also think that it's just me, little old me, who works retail, who's worked grocery throughout the pandemic, who watched people freak out if you put your mask down for 1 second to let the 50-pound thing of Coca-Cola off the ground, and people scream at you because you put your mask down for 1 second, and the news made it look like if you walk out your door, COVID is going to kill you. And also the news now and the media outlets make it to where if they say if you're not vaccinated, don't be around people who are unvaccinated, because then that means that you're going to spread it, and that means that you're killing people. It's not like you could walk out the door and somebody could hit you with a car while drinking, or you could just die from a heart attack, or something in real life that'll kill you, and that's not COVID. And the news acts like COVID's the only death maker in this world. And honestly, I am fucking sick of COVID. I am sick of hearing about this shit. I am sick of hearing the fact that it is just, in the US at least, it was just a strong political ploy. And it's something that does exist and has killed a lot of people. And I am so sad for all the people who have passed away, of course. But I don't like the fact that whenever you've got something like this, where it's saying like everybody has to get vaccinated, because the fact of the matter is that I've noticed that there are people who are told not to get vaccinated by doctors, by health physicians, because they have underlying things that would kill them if they took the vaccine. Just like if somebody took a flu shot and die from it because they have something that would negate that. And also, we've never had a disease that, or a virus that has been mandated for a vaccine ever. So it really feels, in the US at least, extremely political in the way that you're not trying to help the people. You're trying to force people to do the thing that you want, as opposed to something that is really what the people should do. Like, for example, like I said, people who can't take a vaccine, you're going to force people out of the job who literally can't take it, for the greater good, for the political uprise and the money that you're getting from these shots. So it really pisses me off that we're just in this COVID mess because we have the idea of two parties colliding. One party saying, the Democrats saying, like, if you walk out your door, you'll fall down dead from COVID. And then you've got a Republican Party that says, oh, there's no virus, it doesn't exist. So, like, there's no in between. They're both cartoonishly black and white with the political ideas. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, get vaccinated if you want to. If not, and if you can't, if you're going to die from taking a vaccine, it's not worth it. If you have underlying conditions that will kill you if you take a COVID vaccine shot, I would not take it. I would not lose my life for that. Um, it pisses me off because it feels like COVID now is the only way that a person can die, and it was clearly a political and money gain for the U.S. Um, if they really cared and if this virus was as bad as they say it is, they would have shut everything down for good. They would not have had anything open. If this was as deadly as they say it is, we would not have all of these big corporate restaurants, grocery stores open. They would have shut everything down if it was this legitimately serious. But it just annoys me with this kind of thing in real life where, like I said, I'm just annoyed at that one little joke where it's like, oh, we got to quarantine everybody because one person isn't vaccinated. It just really pisses me off because, again, there are some people in real life that cannot take a fucking vaccine, and the liberal agenda just acts like you have to do it or you're a bad person. And I truly feel like in the world that you could die anyway, anytime. Life's going to take you no matter what, just because you got a shot. And also, people say the COVID shot doesn't always work. There's a lot of people who have got the shot and then got COVID again. So it really is, to me, a political underlying set of aggression for this topic for COVID and politics. And I just hated that joke in the episode because there are people that can't take it. And I understand the joke in the episode was that Clyde was like, "Oh, I didn't research it. I don't want to take it," which is a liable reason. Like, I definitely understand why they would call that stupid. Yeah, but like, there are people who can't take it, and if you can't take it, if you die from it, I'm not blaming you for not taking the vaccine. And I just hate that it feels like kind of like a Nazi regime, where like you have to be this way or else. And like I said, there are people who can't take it, and there's some people who will die from it. Just like a flu shot, just like a measles shot, just like all this stuff. And it's just such a political topic where it's never been mandated in anything ever. Like, there's never been a mandate for the flu shot. You don't have everybody literally take that. So I don't understand, or no, I do understand that it was all fucking political gain. It was all about money. If the world really was in that bad of a shape, if this was really as deadly as a virus as it was, the world would have been shut down, or the U.S. would have been shut down at least. I don't know about outside of the U.S. I don't know how that works politics-wise. I don't know how. I know Australia is fighting back. A lot of people are fighting back for like being stuck in their house because they don't want to be stuck home anymore. Um, and also, we've got bullshit right now where it's like young kids in school will have to wear masks forever and be behind glass cases while you've got stadiums open and movie theaters open, like where way more people are together in smaller space. It clearly is just another thing of differing ideas, trying to force each other's ideas down your throat, trying to force the idea that if you don't take this vaccine, you're a bad person, you're going to die, and another side saying that you're just going, like, live your life and it's fine. There's no COVID, which is not true. So I'm definitely in the in between. I know COVID exists. I know it's a bad thing. I know it has killed a lot of people. There's a lot of false negatives to it as well. So on the in between, because part of it's bullshit in terms of political ploy, but part of it's true and part of it's bad and horrible. That's killed a lot of people. But I hate the idea of COVID. I never want to hear that word again. But of course, that's not going to happen. Of course, little old me working retail, working in the real world, where like I worked through the pandemic, while things like this are saying that people have been home for a couple of years, i.e., celebrities that can live at home for a couple of years, or people that have tried to use unemployment and get fired just to live at home because they said COVID was that dangerous. I Like I said, working at retail, there were so many people this last year that started, quit, tried to get unemployment, but weren't fired. So it's a really, really shitty world we're living in right now, and I hate it. I truly do. I hate that COVID and politics is ruining this world, and I hate being that kind of old man person saying that. But truly, I hate that. So wow, that was a rant for like 5 minutes or so. I ranted about that one joke. But I thought the episode was still fine, but that joke just pissed me off because I was like, not everybody can survive and live through a vaccine. It's not going to be everybody in the world that's going to be vaccinated. And I understand that the joke is that it's supposed to piss me off, but it just really pissed me off. But like I said, I like the episode. I like the idea that it was adult characters of the kids now. I wonder if they're going to keep going with that. It was a funny joke that like they said COVID it's been 40 years since COVID and it's still going. Like people at home are like, oh, it's been forever. I've been at home, whatever. And like for me, it's like not really. Life really has not changed. You really just go out and live your life. Like you don't go and hide at home. Um, and even the government and the politics didn't shut down, and they get all the money in the world from all this shit. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get off the rant. I like the episode fine. It was whatever. Like it ended in a way where I was like it should have been complete, but I know the next episode will tell the rest of this story. But yeah, it was totally solid. Sorry for the whole rant. Feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Fuck you" or whatever. I'm with you, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm ranting. Um, I've got a couple more reviews coming up soon. I think I'm gonna start reviewing the Spider-Man films again because Spider-Man No Way Home comes out this coming month, which I'm so excited for. So that's coming up. I'm gonna try to review some more horror movies, but I just haven't had much time. So that is it for today, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.